Hello everybody and welcome to LMM, and it's now time for another episode of Lawrie's Gone a Little Loco. Now, so many of you guys enjoyed my O-Gauge review that I did a couple of episodes ago on the Hudwell Clark Whittington that I've decided it's time to visit again with another O-Gauge model. I went online and I purchased this. This is Dapol's Jinty. And this was a model that came out in the third quarter, I think, of 2017. And apparently it's quite nice. I mean, the Jintys are probably one of the most stereotypical tank engines ever. I think there are 433 of them built, and they were like the final development of the Midland Railways 060 tank engine. And that kind of evolved from being a 1F tiny thing up to a 3F, which is a fairly powerful little engine. So this here is, I think, the second O-Gauge locomotive in O-Gauge steam locomotive that Dapol have done recently in O-Gauge, the first being their hugely successful Terrier. So let's open it up and have a look. So first thing, oh, that fits very nicely, doesn't it? Box feels very nice. That's a nice cardboard box, feels quite resilient. And as soon as we open it up, we get this here, which are the instructions of what to do with it, where to fit a DCC decoder, how to oil it, and then there's the warranty information here, which has a no quibble warranty. Then nothing much to see here apart from some extra vac pipes to go on it. And so we'll take this off, and there it is. Now with Scole, I'm going to go for kind of like a very early British Railway theme, so I can collect stuff, because most of my stuff in O I've always gone for grouping liveries, so I thought with O I'd go for BR, and I love the early British Railway livery that this is in, so I just had to have it when I saw it for sale. So we'll gently ease it out of the box. Oh, that is stunningly beautiful. So things that are wrong with this immediately, I'm missing the smoke box handrail, but I can ignore that because the rest of the detail on this is phenomenal. It is absolutely beautiful. So there's a couple of places here for the fire irons to go along on the tank, and I've got some left over from Whittington, so I can stick those onto it. But what a stunning model this is. It is absolutely gorgeous. And there's no coal in the bunker, which is a shame. Buffers are strong. There is daylight underneath the boiler, which is delightful. And it's non-working, but they have moulded the inside motion. So when it's sat here, you can see the lubrication points and the slide bars. Again, I don't expect it to work, but that is pretty good. Other lovely bits of detail. We've got the lubricators on the front, and we've got some lovely steam fitters here. I think that's the blower going through to the front, possibly vacuum going through into the smoke box to go up the chimney. Lovely handrails. The whistle looks fairly, it's plastic but it looks metallic. The safety valves, they are just about. Some nice lining around the front of the cab and around the windows, gold there, and on the back just makes it look like brass. The level of detail in the cab on this model is absolutely fantastic. It looks just like the real thing. And I should know because I've crewed one of these at the Nene Valley Railway. So here's a still picture of the back head, and here we go. This is a close-up of the back head of the model. And as you can see, obviously there are some differences, but it's a pretty damn good representative of how it should be. I mean, it's enough for me, and as I said, I've been on it and done it. So yeah, I am deeply impressed with this, especially the detail like there on the injectors on the back head. You've got the handles and the injector bodywork molded there as well. And then if we look up there, we've got the pressure gauge up there as well. It's really super, and the regulators, this is very good. So that is absolutely lovely. And of course it comes with the 3-link couplings, which are, I've now twisted, there we go. That is absolutely gorgeous. And the plate on the side, so this one's a Vulcan Foundry engine. That's lovely, a little 3F there. Absolutely stunning. And we've got our lamp irons across the front, and we've got all the lamp irons across the back as well. Oh, that is absolutely magnificent. I am very impressed with this model, and the weight to that is gorgeous as well. Oh, that is really quite good. And there's something very nice about the O gauge. It just feels proper. Now I've got the sanders modelled on both sides, and sandpipes going through to the middle driving wheels. And I really like things like here we've got a hole in the side of the tank so that the driver could get through and get to the sander and top it up. It's just a really nice little bit of detail. That's quite nice, and the detail on the rod is nice. I love how you've got all the molded detail of how they would actually have connected together and move independently from each other. That's really nice, and I love here as well, we've got all of the detail of the brake rigging, and that's just a super touch. I mean, I suppose we expect it in O gauge, but it does look quite super. This is absolutely spectacular. Water capacity 1,200 gallons, that's nice. The rear buffer beam is also missing a vac pipe, but that's okay because we've got a spare one in the little detail pack. There's lots of nice detail across here. There's rivets on the smoke box. There is a tiny bit of the mould line just on the front panel of the boiler bands there and across the smoke box, but it is forgivable. It's the rest of it, you can't see it anywhere. I mean, that is really, really, really nice. Dapol have outdone themselves with this. It looks spectacular. With this, it's another O gauge engine that I've actually fired and worked on the real prototype. We had one of these at the Nene Valley Railway and I spent a wonderful day firing it, and it is an absolutely superb piece of kit. It's possibly one of the best locomotives I have ever had a chance to fire. It just steamed amazingly. It is an absolutely incredible engine, and having the model here again, it just helps kind of reaffirm those memories and bring them back up and stir that sensation of how good it was to be on. So here are a couple of clips coming up now of being on the Jinty. These are a friend of mine sent these to me and said I can use them. So here we are, this is the Jinty. And the model really does help capture the memories of being on this engine. It really is a glorious, glorious thing. And it's half the reason of having the model is to bring back memories of really good days on a really good engine. So this thing has got pickups on each of the wheels, and then it's a 5-pole screw motor which is meant to ensure smooth rolling, and the chassis is tungsten, which gives it a bit of weight and gives it a bit of purpose, which should mean that it's super for shunting. It is amazing. Now, I love all the detail on this, it's absolutely fantastic. Whilst there is no line to speak of, I love how crisp the decals are on the side here of the British Railway. It just looks absolutely superb. It's perfect. I love this livery and it's such a lovely job of it. Absolutely stunning. So with that said, let's get Scole out and give it a test run. So welcome back to Scole. So the first thing to do is let's have a look and bring her forward into the platform. Oh, that's gorgeous. That runs so amazingly well. Right, see how slowly we can set her off backwards. Now this should have a firebox flicker as well, so we'll see if we've got that. So back we go. Oh, that is so smooth over the point, and that's a massive, massive plastic frog on this. The 6-wheel pickup on that is absolutely superb. Right, we'll throw the points and we'll see if she'll pull forward into the coal stage. And she does slow down quite a bit on the curve there, but it is rather tight. Oh, that does look absolutely magnificent. In fact, we'll bring her back and we'll just pose her there. Now again, Scole is a tiny layout, but it's amazing how much you can achieve in a small layout. And as I said in the last video, I'm very indebted to Colin for allowing me to take on Scole because it's perfect. Now, if anything, she's a bit big for layout, but that's absolutely brilliant. So we'll shunt her forward again with changing the point and just pose her in the platform. Just bring her in at absolute crawl. I mean, that is magnificent for crawling speed. Is that not fantastic? is one of the really nice things about O-Gauge, is you really get a sense of size and power. So we're going to bring Wissington out now. We've got the Jinty parked up in the platform, so I'll isolate that, and here comes Wissington. And immediately you get a sense of scale about how much of a bigger engine the Jinty is. Wissington is tiny, and it just shows this is quite a chunk of engine in O-Gauge. It does make it look a little bit too big for my layout when you compare it to Wissington. But they look superb together, don't they? And the Jinty, it just looks like a beast of an engine. It looks huge. It's amazing how you kind of handle it and you forget how big it is until you bring in a smaller engine, which previously you went, oh, this is quite a big model. They do rather look lovely together. This is the first time ever there's been two engines on this layout. Well, at least the first time in my ownership. I mean, the fact that I can isolate kind of implies the fact that I could have the two of them sat side by side. Right, so we'll take it back and let's go bring some wagons in. Right, so we're going to bring this train firstly into the platform and then we'll put it over there. Now, once again, I've only got the Great Western wagons available because it's all I've got built at the moment. But isn't that lovely? So we'll bring it in there. Shunt it to the back, uncouple that, shunt her back. Oh, she just moves away so beautifully, smoothly. It is fantastic. This is possibly the best model I've ever had to go with, you know, and admittedly I've not had to go with many, but it's great. So we'll just put this other one on. Right, here we go with the next wagon. I'm going to bring this in, couple up to this one. Like that. Beautiful. And now we'll just hook. Whoops. That onto that. Pull them both back. To there, throw over the point, and we can draw the whole train forward. It is a very tight corner through here, so you can feel the train really slowing down. That's nice. We'll shunt it there. So we can park it there, enter reverse, uncouple that wagon, draw backwards. Once again, throw the point, and now end up with the other wagon left here. One thing I didn't really notice until I started using it with the Jinty is the addition of the steam heat pipes and the vacuum pipe really get in the way when trying to couple it up to a wagon. Compared to the Wissington model, which hasn't got any of them, it's so much harder. There we go. And now go forward. Go backwards and we can go collect up the other wagon and remove that. So we'll leave that there for now. There are a variety of different liveries available for this engine. They did it in a beautiful Midland red. It's stunning, very, very bright. Was tempted to buy that, but I kind of felt that the British Railway kind of tied in more with what I wanted. They do it in late and early crest, LMS livery, with the late with LMS on the side, and early with the number in large letters on the side and small LMS on the bunker. They also did an absolutely lovely Somerset and Dorset blue during the first production run. Now, whilst that is long out of production, ones like mine and the other BR and LMS variants are still available. And you can get them from any good model railway shop, or you can go to Dapol directly and order it from their website. Would I recommend getting one? Oh my god, yes. If you've got O-Gauge, even something like this size, like Scole size, it's perfect. It moves around so beautifully well. I very much need to get a crew for it to make it look a little more realistic, because it is a massive absence on the engine not having them. But just look at that. It's fantastic. I'm absolutely loving it. I love the control with O. It's wonderful. It is wonderful, and that is a wonderful, wonderful locomotive. It looks perfectly at home. If you've got any kind of layout, I think the Jinty will just fit in beautifully. Even with the backstory of Scole being a little private enterprise, you can just about believe that you'd have a British Railway tank engine like this shunting around here. Nothing much bigger, but you kind of imagine it could make a train up and trundle back down to the main line and carry on. It's great. That is a superb runner. That really is superb, absolutely superb. I mean, the crawl speed is magnificent. I mean, look at that. Now, if we come this way on the straight, because we have to give it a bit more power to get around that tight bend, that tight point. Look at that. Look at that for a crawl. That is just magnificently slow. That is brilliant. That really is brilliant. It really is quite spectacular. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I will spend many, many happy hours just running that back and forth, doing some shunting around here. So the next thing I really need, as I said the last time we got the O out, is I need some more wagons so I can really do some shunting puzzles. But for now, it's wonderful, isn't it? I'm going to just enjoy moving things around. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I really hope you've enjoyed having a look at the little Dapol Jinty. Oh, not so little, it's a bit bigger than little, isn't it? Yeah, but it is wonderful. Highly recommend you go get one. And I think I'm just going to continue shunting around for a bit longer and enjoy playing for the rest of the day. So thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, share this video with your model railway or your trainee friends. And of course, leave a comment. Let me know if you've enjoyed it and what else you'd like to see. In the meantime, if you've enjoyed this one, how about clicking over here for a review I've done on a proper locomotive, or somewhere over here for the last O-gauge review I did when we introduced Scole and the Ixion Hudspur Clark, which reminds me very much of Whiston. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.